Hello and welcome to Locks, Coffee, and Convo, where we invite you to pull up, pour yourself a cup of something nice and strong, and let's chat. Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to do it no more. And I did it again. I am so sorry that these reviews have been inconsistent and late and non-existent. Last week there was a big storm in my community and my power was out for almost a week. So I got my feelings and I couldn't do nothing to the power. It came back on. So I'm sorry, y'all. I am so sorry. And then I had to work out a coworker that was sick, so I was planning to do this video yesterday so it could at least be up before the next episode come on. So I switched off days, and usually I try to do my videos on my off day, which is normally Tuesday, which is the day before the show comes back on. But here we go. We're here with Married at First Sight. My thoughts on the final episode or decision day and the episode before then, because I'm missing both of them. So this is my mix up, mesh up, let's get to it type of thing. Today we're drinking coffee because this locks coffee and convo. Cherry chocolate decadence by the Henry and David brand, and it's at my local Ollie's. They are like my coffee hookup. The price is amazing, the flavors are banging, and so that's what we sipping on. Tell me down below what you sipping on today. So let's just get to it. Let's go couple by couple, since we are doing a mashup here. Let's do couple by couple. Let's go to Jessica and Austin. And Jessica and Austin are by far the only couple that is a couple on this show. And so they get up the next day after the big debacle at the retreat, and they're cool. They're in the kitchen making breakfast, and let's see who's still there. Mika, Mika, everybody's there except for Brandon, of course, that went up. And they're just canoodling. They're making breakfast. They say their goodbyes to Tamika and Taylor and all. Not Taylor, because we're going to get back to her. Why was Taylor still there? It was a retreat for couples. You're not a couple. Why are you still there? But so they're good. And then they come down to the final date. They have they meet with their prospective family members to talk, kind of get their final thoughts before decision day. She meets with her twin, and he meets with a friend, I believe. Their only problem, of course, is that he's going to be working out of town. And that's a problem for Jessica. And he hasn't said, I love you. And that's a problem for Jessica. So Jessica tells her twin, and, the twin says something very important, like, you want it to be authentic, don't you, Jessica? You don't want him just to say it for the sake of saying it. And that's true. And what I have loved about Austin is his maturity. I think that's why his relationship with Jessica worked so well during this process, for me at least. He seems so mature. He really does. I know the first couple of episodes they painted him as the mama's boy, but that didn't seem to be an issue. Now, maybe an issue later on, but it didn't seem to come up or be an issue at all. He just really mature. Like, he just he's grown man-ish, And so he said that it's something that he, he wants it to be authentic. I do see Jessica's problem, though. And if I say it, I want it reciprocated. And she just done fell hard and fast for him. Oh, Austin with his golden curls. She just done fell hard and fast. And he kind of feels like, he says to his friend that he doesn't just want her to be saying it because he's such a nice guy. And he is. And it's easy to get caught up in that, the good guy syndrome. Like, oh, finally, people have to deal with so much trash. When you meet a good one, you just be like, want to lock it down. I understand, Jessica. Like, girl, I'm gonna put that padlock on that thing and lock it down. So he didn't want it to, be like her being falling for him. Just is about that. Which I think is why he kind of stuck to his guns about his job. But girl, he had that job before he had you. So we're just gonna have to work with the job. And I remember him in the episode where they went to the beach and they wrote the letter to their younger selves, and he talked about how he wished he had done things differently in college. So I think he's just grown, and he has been through something, but it's nothing like going through something and gaining from it. And Austin has given me that. I went through it, but I gained from it. So I'm going to do better. And I'm getting my life back together. I want to have a spouse, career, the whole 9 yards, and I'm just gonna do it right. He's giving me that vibe. I don't know, it might just be me, but I feel like he's giving us that I'm grown and I'm gonna get this right. And Jessica, girl, put your cute clothes on and go along for the trip, honey. Go along for the trip. So we get to decision day with the two of them, and she looks really cute in that blue. I love it. She looked really pretty. He looked nice, and they get there, and bottom line is the two of them, they work. They the one. And it's funny how they made them the first couple, because they needed some sort of, this really does work. Because the rest of this train wreck coming behind is not going to work. So let's put them first so we can remind the audience that it does work. Because this is a train wreck behind them. So of course they talk about the job thing. And Pastor Cal brought up the fact that they all are married. I didn't realize that. I think I knew he was married, but I didn't know that Dr. Viviana and Dr. Pepper were married. But they are all married, and they travel for their jobs. So it can work, Jessica, and it can. And you can keep it spicy. I said this the other day. And old fast tail Katie said, but you can sext, you can, video chat, have video dates. With technology today, you guys can stay connected while you're apart, and it'll be fine. Of course, it was a yes for Jessica. We never doubted it. And of course, it was a yes for Austin. And he did tell her at decision day that he loved her. I don't know if he felt the pressure of telling her that, or I think he loved her. And this is the thing for me. My pastor said all the time, I'd rather see a sermon than hear one any day. Okay, he had been showing you, girl. He had been showing you the whole time. So you were stressing for nothing. Stressing for nothing, Jess. He cares about you. He is in tune to you. He loves you, girl. Y'all gonna be happy. I hope they make it, because they really do make sense. They make sense, and I hope they make it. They were just as cute. We popped the champagne. Is it just me or something? Dr. Viviana be just looking weird. Is it just me? Y'all can tell. She was like, she give you the, with them red lips. I don't know. It just be me. But she looked a little weird. But they work. They work. I'm happy. I've been happy for them the whole entire journey, and I've enjoyed watching their journey. I've enjoyed watching them. So very good. Very good. So let's just go on and get to the foolishness. That's Taylor and Brandon. Taylor and Brandon. So we know Brandon leaves, and he don't come back. He texts her and he told her, and Taylor goes up to the room the next day and has a talk with Mika, and she tells Mika that Michael came down and had a heart-to-heart with her and talked about that Brandon really does care for her, but he, with everything going on that's going on, he's not been able to really make that connection with her. And that he also really cares about Mika, but in the same vein, hadn't been able to make that connection. So Taylor seemed to appreciate that, and I think that was authentic. Mika was like, well, he ain't showed me. I'm tired of hearing that. I'm tired of hearing that. Mika said she was tired of hearing that. But they there, and again, my question is, why was Taylor still at the retreat? He had texted her and told her he wasn't coming back. Why, girl? Why you didn't get in your car and go home? And go to your boyfriend's house for that? But she was still there making breakfast the next morning. So she gets back and she talks to her friends, and she tells her friends that Brandon says if they could spend some time together outside of the taping, he would like that. Like he likes her. He doesn't like production, in other words. So we get to see them canoodling on the couch, spending time together with the security cameras. And they seem to be having a good time, but her friends are like really like Brandon's not gonna tape anymore until he gets an apology from production. So let's move on to decision day. So Taylor is looking pretty. I love that pastel short suit she had on. Cute girl, just beautiful girl. Her hair, which is gonna get a show of its own. She got her money's worth though, did she, y'all? She got her money's worth. So she shows up, and Dr. Viviana, Dr. Pepper, Pastor Cal are there, and we don't know if Brandon gonna show up or not. Because Brandon told us that if he don't get an apology from production, he ain't coming no more. Well, if you ask me, this is what happened. They drew some sticks, and we need this little tad of taste of footage to get rid of this and be done with this season. Okay, we're going to pull straws. Whoever pulled a short straw, y'all call Brandon and, okay, somebody give me a napkin. Let me write out what to say. We is sorry, Brandon. Okay, that's what you're going to say. We is sorry, Brandon. Okay, Nisha, you got the short straw? Yeah, I got the short straw. Okay, let's go over again, Nisha. This is what you're going to say. We is sorry. Bring. This is Nisha from Married at First Sight. This is Brandon. Brandon, hi, this is Nisha from production at Married at First Sight. I want to talk to you. Do you have a moment? Is this a good time? Okay, it is a good time. Great. We is sorry. Oh, that's all. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Like Brandon. Well, I guess they said it because Brandon does show up to decision day. And Brandon's whole conversation is his issue with production. He said production made him late for work twice. Now, Brandon did bring into play something that always goes through my mind with these reality shows is how does it work? Like if you are employed, like how do they work around like I know my job, I never would make it. Because I work a lot of hours. And so I'm just like, how do they make that work? And I know it's difficult. But of course, they're Married at First Sight lifetime of writing checks, so it's worth the inconvenience. I'm, well assured. And ultimately the goal is to find a spouse. So, I know it can work, but I do understand the frustration of maybe if I'm supposed to be there at 10 and filming runs late or something, and you have a job that don't give a darn about your extracurricular activities. So I get that. And Brandon has had a problem with production from day one, seemingly. And I feel like that, I don't know what contractually they are obligated to. Somebody should really look that up, maybe get some inside track. But after Panama, I really felt like Brandon probably should have just let it go, because him and production just and his petty behind showed his tail at that wedding, at that couples retreat. And I'm petty too, so I understand. But yeah. So he said they had tried to make him late for work twice, and he just had a problem with it. Now there hadn't been any conversation about him and Taylor. That's what we're here to decide if you and Taylor gonna stay together. You talking about production. Then you tell us you got to go pee. Brandon. Taylor looking like, The experts looking like. So Pastor Cal, first of all, Pastor Cal, I big up them in this. Now they advise, some people say that they hadn't been involved enough, and I've heard some videos where they say, you know, that experts have allowed them to govern themselves. But he just called a thing a thing. Brandon, you lying. He said that. Lies. These are lies. So he did have to ask Brandon, well, are you incontinent? Like, can you hold it? Like, we taping. First of all, we waited on you to get here. Now you here, we talking, and you gonna tell us you need a potty break? What are you, 3? Are you a toddler? That's like my 3-year. I have a 3-year-old granddaughter who, when she gotta go, she's like, I got to pee. I got to pee. Now I got to pee. I got to pee now. Like, that's what Brandon was doing. Like, are you... But that's the pettiness in Brandon. See, I like it because I'm petty. A little bit. Just a little petty. So he goes up, takes his time, I guess. They looking like, okay. He come back down. He like showboating. Bottom line, Taylor says she can't go forward in this marriage. Duh. Who was expecting a yay? I'll wait. I'll wait. So, Brandon seems a little pissed. Like he was shocked. Like he was like, I was like, you, Brandon, now, Brandon, I've given you a little slack in these last weeks because I saw that Taylor seemingly had some other issues. But baby, what was the, he put his purse on and he deuced. He looked like he was mad. Y'all, did y'all see that? I was like, what is you upset about? Y'all ain't worked. Unless in them private sessions, y'all, private off screen was real hot and steamy. I don't understand why you were shocked. But let's move on. We might as well go and get Mike and Mika out the way. So, when they come back the second day at the couples retreat, Mike and Mika decide to go apple picking, which is cute. That's real cute. That's a cute couple thing. I'd like to do that. I like apples. They get on this hay ride. Everything is set up to be romantical and cute and cozy. He on one side, she on the other side. He got his pods in, and they ain't talking at all on this hay ride. They pick apples. She trying to have conversation with him. He ain't saying nothing. Then they get to lunch. They bring him the cute little sack lunches. I love a sack lunch. Oh, that's like, oh, I just love a sack lunch. Like sandwich and the cookie, and that's my thing. So he pick up the sacks and pick the one he want and toss her the one he don't. Take out his pudding cup. It's like, Mike is weird. Katie talking about Derek is weird. No, Mike is weird. Point blank period. He's weird. So she like this, she done had enough. Like, are you serious? Like, what's another sack? Like, you didn't ask me. Like, this is the problem. Like, you just take, really, Mike? Really, Mike? That's what we doing, Mike? So then they're talking on the way back, and she said, well, I didn't know if you wanted to talk or not because you had your ear pods in the whole time, which signified to me that you didn't want to talk. And I agree, because that's my tune out. I put my I do that. That's a little petty too. And so obviously you don't want to talk. So they get to a conversation. Mike tells her that the reason he was acting real shitty was because of the way she handled his uncle dying. Now, I will say this. 2 things I took out of that. Death to me trumps everything. I don't care what we're going through, death trumps everything. somebody loses someone, that's a moment where we just gonna have to go and reset. And I feel like Mika really, if she verified that the uncle died, because we have had an honesty problem with Mike. But if we verified that that was true, then two things, and the two things run together. Death trumps everything, and it really was Mika's chance to really be vulnerable, which is one of the things he said he had an issue with her. She could have just showed up and just been that soft place to land. So I agree with that, Mike. I do. And I think Mika missed a really good opportunity to really show up and be everything. Like, she could have just been everything in that moment, whether the marriage lasted or not. She could have been everything in that moment, and she chose not to because you a liar. But Mika said she could take the L on that. She said that she could have done better, and that to me shows maturity and growth. So then they go and they have their final dinner. And during dinner, Mika brings up the fact that, I noticed you've been around the apartment more. Like, what's going on? And he said, well, he put in his 2 weeks notice. Mike, you wasn't going to tell your potential forever spouse that you had put your 2 weeks notice in? That has clearly been you all's issue this whole 8 weeks. And you put in your 2 weeks notice and you don't have a conversation with your wife. Now, my problem was the fact that Mika didn't go off. But I know why she didn't go off. She said, oh, okay, well, I understand if you hadn't been happy. No! First of all, you done had 3 jobs now in 8 weeks. And if you was unhappy, that's something we could talk about. Yeah, we could find you other employment, but that's a conversation we should have had together. Mika, no, that ain't a moment to be calm. But Mika had already made up her mind, girl, I ain't got but 72 more hours with this fool. Why even act like I'm mad? Why even act like why even get all, I'm done? So, it's okay. It's okay. She said the last 2 days had been better than any of the other 8 weeks. You know why, Mika? Because you let go. You knew it was over. So you was like, we can have good, you want to play Scrabble? Okay, we can play Scrabble. You want to pretend like you the yoga instructor? Okay, show me some yoga poses. Wait. Okay. Because it's over. I'm going to show you how I know it was over. Decision day, baby. She had to talk with her mom, and it was done. So they didn't even have to film that. Done. So decision day, Mika got bad. Mika got that hair fluffed. He said he liked natural hair, baby. She had every curl and coil in place. Face beat. Outfits on fleek. It's over. If y'all watch Chatting with JoJo, shout out to her. She said it was the final episode. She put on her party hat. She had that's how Mika was. Ding, 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 baby. She came in there for Mike to see what he wasn't gonna have. Lipstick red, chocolate skin glistening. And they come in there. He looked nice. He looked nice. I was wondering if that was one of the ties that she bought him. I said, probably was. So he could show her, I'm going to be okay. It could work. It could work. So they talk about their problems, which is honesty. It's like literally, and I don't think that was their only issue. I really don't. I think that Mike wasn't ready. That's a big issue. And Mika wanted ready, or at least could get ready. And Mike ain't even could get ready. Mike don't even have a job. So she's like, that'll be a no for Mika. But she said the last few days was pretty good. I was like, girl, because you had already checked out. He said he wished he had done some things different. I said, I bet you do. Because she looking cute and you like, dang. So nobody expected them to make it either. Because I felt like if she had stayed, she would have continuously been chasing the same ghost with Mike. Mike need to get it together. I think he'd be a great guy once he gets it together. Because you can't always, sometimes you can do stuff and get it together while you're doing it, but sometimes you got to already be together. And Mike, you want to get it together and then you'll be all right. You'll be all right. So let's go to Katie and Derek. Katie wants to rescue a turtle. So they go and they decide not to keep the turtle. They go to this real cute little winery thing, and it's just so romantical and nice, and she is getting on me and Derek's nerves. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So she get back and she talking to her dad and her stepmom, and she telling them that Derek is a boy. Derek talks to his parents, his dad, and I love Derek's dad. And he said he knows his problems, but he likes Katie. And he wants to work it out. He does. He's there. He says he feels like he could definitely fall in love with Katie. So Katie gets on my nerve, y'all. So, it's so funny because I was watching, so I think it was Shannon JoJo or some other video where they said, on Twitter, they said Katie got the attitude of a pretty woman. Now, I don't judge looks. Look, I'm as bum beach as they make them. Ugly as they come. My auntie used to say I'm ugly as they come and ugly as they go. So it don't bother me. But Katie's cute. I think Katie's cute enough. But I do think she got the attitude that she the prize in this. And the audience, we looking like, girl, no, it's the other way around. Oh, hold on, somebody get her, pull her to the side. You're not the prize. He is. Oh, we know what's going wrong. Hold on. Katie, you're not the prize. Derek is. Like, Katie, come on. You're doing too much. But anyway, she said he's a boy, and her daddy looking like, you better get this. You better put this boy on lock. This is good as, and her mama had said that a few weeks ago. This is good as it's gonna get. Girl, that boy put you on his insurance. That boy gave you, I keep repeating it, the insulin. The young man is there. He's committed to the process. Girl, if you don't sit down somewhere. But she said she don't know she knows what her decision is going to be, but it's going to be difficult. And they get to decision day. And when I tell you, Derek took a page out of Mika book, baby, Derek came that fine as he want to be. Girl, I say he brought it to Katie like, you sure? Now, I don't know what you done decided, but take a real good look. Take a real good look. You sure you won't get his up? You sure? Okay. So, and she looked all right. So they get there. They talk about their issues. He says, he feels like he could fall in love with her. And he's just so positive and so like Katie making problems and he got solutions. And so he says he wants to stay together. And I believe that they let him go first. I really feel like Katie didn't. It was a no, but she had to stop and this is gonna be dumb. I'm gonna walk away from this and it's gonna be stupid. And she says yes too. So they stay together. They already got a place. So we see next week that Katie just, or today, because when I'm taping this, the next one come on tonight. And then we get to Zach and Mindy. Now, I didn't feel like we needed to. Why did we have Zach and Mindy on decision day, y'all? But Mindy said she felt good ever since she dropped that load. He still, we don't know what he's saying. And why he's saying it and how he's saying. We confused. Zach, we is confused. But she said she was glad that she made the choice to end it. And we was glad too, girl. And we don't know. They gaslight us. But then I got Celebrity Talk guy said that in his video that they might have tried to make it work after things. Some little spoilers out there. And I usually don't get into spoilers. I like to take it as is. But they gaslighted us on the week before saying that they were. So maybe they did. I don't know. But Zach's still gonna be weird and cuckoo if you ask me. But maybe Mindy. But Mindy, I feel like Mindy was a catch though. She seems so genuine. And so he should have tried. He should have. Maybe after things wrapped, he really said, hold up. Maybe this is something here I need to check into, get into. Hey. But I enjoyed the show. Again, I am so sorry. I am definitely going to review the reunion. I don't know when I'm going to get it up. My hope would be to just watch it tonight and get it up like no later than Friday. Because, baby, they seem to be, did y'all see that trailer? Somebody dating somebody. What? I'm thinking of Taylor. What, girl? What, girl? Oh, I'm here. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see it pop off tonight. So I will see you guys soon. I want to review Insecure because I love Insecure and I've let the first 2 episodes. I might just come back on here today or tomorrow. And is it Insecure fans out there? Y'all drop it down below. I love Issa. Issa Miley. Issa, and it's turbulence in their relationship. So I'm looking for, so I might try to review that. Something else y'all know I can review, drop it down below. Talk to your girl. Lux Coffee and Combo. I love y'all. I'm sorry I'm so inconsistent. Thank you for those who reach out. Just my opinion. Girl, I love you. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do better. I am. I love you. I hope you're staying safe. I hope that you are getting through this together while social distancing. And I look forward to talking to you guys real soon.